What's up, people? I am going live. This is a terrible idea. This is where everything has ever gone wrong in the history of television. I thought this could be fun, and we could do a question and answer session. I also thought I would go over kind of the state of Genius Garage and what's going on and why I'm so terrible with this webcam. All right, you guys, so bear with me. Anyway, yesterday I kind of looked terrible. I look a little bit like Darth Vader when they took the mask off today. So yeah, I can't even apologize for that. It's life. But I was up late and out and gone. And some of you on my community channel may have seen the Audi R8 with a gated shifter. Super cool. It's not actually mine, but I wish it was. It belongs to a friend that's got some interest relating to Genius Garage, so it's going to be fun. Also, people are saying, what's up? Hey, what up, Casey? And good morning from Matthew, Dexter, Machax, 175, Kurt, and SPG 33. What's up, guys? Any questions? Let's talk about the shop in the future, whatever. I don't care. It's live. What do I got to lose? Basically everything, but let's have fun. What are you guys saying? Hi from Nashville. Yes, fellow AW11 MR2 owner. I've got some parts for you guys, which come up in another episode, but check this out. Metal fender flares for the MR2. Turn that smile. No, it's really dumb. It's really dumb. But yeah, so these are steel fender flares for the MR2. I got off eBay. They're $100. They got a nice rolled edge on either side. So I haven't held them up to the fender yet, but I think they're going to be great, and I look forward to do that in an upcoming episode. You guys are blowing me up. This is fun. What's up, guys? Got some Pennsylvania, Bluegrass State, Vancouver. Also grabbed a shift boot for the MR2. Nothing special. It's got a little wire in it because the framework was missing. Just some suede. Going to look nice. And I think you guys will find this funny because I was such a jerk about the Corvette C8 steering wheel, which is garbage. I bought a cheap steering wheel from NRG, and I'm like, yeah, it's not expensive. It'll be fine. No, it sucks. So I'm going to have to cut it up and make it better. Okay, you guys got questions? Let's see here. I sent you an email last week, but you never answered. Did it maybe not come through? No, I think it came through, but please forgive me. I'm getting blown up. So I got to wait until a time when I can hit it all. Also, I am going to do a follow-up video on the Corvette for sale, the Greenwood, that I won't let the wealthy car collectors touch. You can't have it. It's going to somebody young. You suck. Everybody thinks you suck. Well, it's true. What do you want from me? It's your fault. Okay, let's see. What are you guys saying? From Wiseco. Pistons, huh? Adam? Nice. There's probably some Wiseco pistons and something around here, I bet. Maybe. I don't know. Okay, Genius Garage Top Priority Program. When can we expect the results? Bodan, you applied for Genius Garage this summer. I don't know when you applied yet. I'm going through it. Right now, we're finalizing up students that are coming in March because that's the priority right now. I'm hitting those here soon. God, I look terrible. I'm sorry, guys. Makeup. Cue makeup. I look terrible. Okay. Anyway, Genius Garage for the summer is coming up soon. We got to work on that. It is a lot of time to go through to give everybody their best shot and really get to know everybody. So it takes a while. So forgive me there. Okay, what else we got here? Casey, any tips on working on the 944 electrics? Loving the videos. Patience goes a long way for working on car electronics. Let's see. You have by far the best Batmobile of all time. Yes. Absolutely love it because it's real and not just a prop car. Thanks, man. It is the turbine engine and maybe making an appearance elsewhere this year. Cool things happening. So thank you. More coming in there. Oh, I got this. Stick it to all snobs. Yes. Now, what is a snob? We're talking there's bad snobs out there. They're like, I just like my cars and I can't drive and I want these to feel important in my life because this is the only thing that gives my life meaning. Those are bad snobs. There's okay snobs. And like, I don't know. And then I'm going to go into this thing where I basically say, hey, am I the hipster of snobs? What is the hipster of snobs, you guys? I want to know. That could be fun. Somebody writes, I felt unqualified for Genius Garage, so I pushed out on applying. I finally started taking automotive and electronics classes at my community college for the first time at 22. Can I get in next year? Possibly, man. You got to apply. That's all right. You know, maybe you didn't feel there right now, but take the shot, okay? We all have to start from somewhere. We don't all magically know how to do something. And guess what? Schools just don't actually make you magically good at something. I never went to school to do all these things. Do you actually think there's a school that teaches you to do all these things? No. You have to go out and learn from people and books and things, even the library and the internet. So if you want to learn, if you want to get better, if you want to go somewhere in life, ultimately it still comes down to you. Just throwing that out there. What else do we got here? Do your ears hang low? Do they wiggle to and fro? Nice. Okay. Someone swapped an LS4 into an SW20 MR2. What do you think about that? I think that's a lot of work, and it doesn't fit that well. And it would make a lot of noise and rumble and probably be pretty cool, but then you'd put a bunch of time in getting it to handle and set up. So I'm kind of a fan in going with motors that are more reasonably supposed to go in there. I also think the V6 engines that are, you know, Toyota derivative or whatnot are pretty cool in putting in MR2. So I kind of like keeping it 4-cylinder or V6 and MR2. They're little cars. Any EV conversions in the future? Our manual is easy to DC convert. Okay, so electric vehicles. Yeah, I'd love to do an electric vehicle. Here's the problem, you guys. It's still kind of expensive to get all that crap. And I mean crap in the nicest way. Like I call all this stuff crap. So I'd love to do that. I had an idea. I'd love to do a Porsche 917. That's the early 70s Le Mans car. But a replica where it's like a fully recyclable aluminum monocoque chassis. All the aluminum parts are recyclable. And then make the composite body not out of fiberglass that isn't recyclable, but actually something like maybe hemp cloth and epoxy derived from pine trees. No, I'm not a pot smoking hippie, but hemp is a pretty strong cloth. So shoot me, it grows, okay? Anyway, and make that electric. I think that'd be really neat, cool. That'd be like the ultimate hipster Porsche, wouldn't it? So anyway, what else we got? What up, V12 Sacapuntas? Are you intending to use additive manufacturing for the Lycan project? Oh, you guys are getting all special and you're using fancy words, even though you spelled Lycan wrong. I am intending to use our brains and our hands for manufacturing. You know that like forgotten art form where people think about stuff and just do it and use their brain to engineer instead of thinking everything magically happens by computer and then I design it on SolidWorks and computer programming and then it 3D prints somewhere and I just magically have cars and I'm a big hero. Yeah, no, that's not actually how the real world works. Those are tools to help you do something, but it still comes down to you designing in here and doing things with your hands and other people and utilizing tools to make stuff happen. Just throwing it out there, guys. All right, what else you got, people? I would love a quick video on the slot cars. For those of us who had never seen them before, how do they work, as Suspension alluded to, and how are they tuned? I assume GS Mac 1969, you saw the slot car video yesterday. Yeah, Monday with the young people. That was really fun up in Michigan. Yeah, I could do one of those. Probably give me a couple of weeks because people seem to like the car content better, but I think slot cars are really cool and really relevant still. So we'll do something in the future. All right. I'm a recent graduate from Georgia Tech, computer engineering, minor in aerospace engineering. Can I apply to Genius Garage? Yeah. Why didn't you? No, man. I get that the world typically works and wants to group everybody and pigeonhole you in stupid slots and square pegs and round holes. I don't know. You know, they don't get people, but I get people. I actually care about you all because I too was and am a people. You know, that believe is capable of doing something, and the world doesn't really give anybody shots to do anything or grow. So yeah, apply. If you're cool and you're young and you want to go somewhere with your life and this could help you out, then you're exactly the kind of person who should apply. Okay, what else do we got? Hey, Casey, glad to see you live. I don't know if I'm glad to see me. I look terrible, you guys. Okay, let's keep going. Oh, you love EV West, ... Wait, hemp blanket instead of fiberglass? Awesome. Yeah, because it grows. Fiberglass is crap that you can't recycle. Like, I'm not being like kook. I'm just saying, like, you know how much crap fiberglass old boats are laying around rotting in the country that nobody's going to do anything with because you really can't recycle them? That's not actually good. Okay, let's keep going on. Somebody liked the Hellcat video because it was insane. IndyCar engine swap. Did you decide? And if you did, why is it the K20? And if you did, why is it the K20? You trying to decide for me, man, on the IndyCar? Doing a K20 swap? By the way, yes, we want to do a K Honda swap. That is the direction. Yes. I think it's the best direction. We're really looking into it. Actually, Joe Dale, young man, who's a past student of mine, was coming in and doing research and getting that ball rolling. So I think that is a project we're going to do. I just have to figure out the monetary logistics of life because there's not actually this magic money tree here. Okay. All right, let's keep going. Where to apply? Well, there's this thing called Mr. Google, and you can search Genius Garage, and there's this thing called a website and an email. I would start there. Pretty good idea. Okay. Ooh, here's a good one. Somebody's blowing it up. Casey, you better keep making YouTube videos so you can make more money for Genius Garage. I'm excited to see more videos in the future. Me too, dude. I'm trying. Like this is how the future works, you guys. This is YouTube. I'm connected to you right now. All the snobs with their magazines. By the way, the Corvette over here, the green one that I'm only going to sell to $5,000 for a kid under the age of 25 who wants to build it and race it and engineer and forward their lives, and not just for a profit margin and sell it. It's hilarious because I've got old guys trying to buy it from me. They just want to stick it in their collection. They're sweet talking me like they're doing something special in the future when they're not. And then two, that video was offensive to old magazines. Gee, I wonder why. So I appreciate that you guys like the videos because guess what? This is how cars are going to be relevant in the future, connecting with actual people and actually doing something. Okay? So that's what I'm trying to do. Make people better. Go somewhere. Build industry. Do cool things for the future. Okay, what do we got here? I got to get back to work, man. Lame. Going to have to catch up, recap later. Love everything you do for youth. Thank you, Jason. Okay, what else do we got here? Kenneth Phillips. Greetings from the Pacific Northwest. Greetings, my rainy American countrymen. I don't know. Is it rainy up there? Let's see. Cheers from Alabama. What are your thoughts on 90s and early 2000s BMWs, specifically the 3 Series and 5 Series? Well, I think they're pretty good. You know, as with any cars, they've got the drawbacks. There's some things that are a little cheap, but generally engineered pretty well and pretty neat cars. My wife's had a Z3. I had a Z3 in the past. That's kind of in that that vintage. In terms of the 3 Series, 5 Series, you know, it's a German car. It's cool. It's sporty. I just tend to like the Z3 more because it's got more freaky character. But, you know, similar in that. And I think M3s and 3 Series are really cool, fun cars. And, you know, 5 Series, you get a bigger engine. That's cool, too. Let's move on. Will the K20 head and K24 block all stock K20? Some context, man. So he's talking about the 4-cylinder Honda VTEC-related motor that we're thinking of, boom, putting in this Indy/Champ car because it's an awesome motor and you can make a bunch of power and it'll fit and not blow stuff up and it revs high and does everything great. Haven't gone into all those things yet, but I think initially what we're going to do is, assuming we do this and the logistics work putting in the Honda 4-cylinder, first things first, take a good stock motor and make it work in the car and make the car work and function at like 250 horsepower, okay? That already is going to be like a heavy Formula Atlantic car and a great track day car, practice, test development, whatever, okay? And I think what makes the most sense to make power for that is instead of build, man, I really look terrible, you guys. This lighting, I'm sorry. Like, I don't mean to be vain, but I seriously look right now like Darth Vader when they took the mask off. Don't look at me, I'm terrible. Okay, so the K20, I think it'd be good to go turbo in the future for it. It's kind of that direction. So first things first, get in there, get it working with the car, know that everything can support it from the transmission to the chassis, how we have to build cradle and stuff, since the motor's not really going to be stressed per se because it's not meant for that, as well as the cooling and all those systems. When you know you've got that right, then it makes sense to put money and time into building the engine for more power and knowing that that's going to work with the car chassis and all the systems. So that's the plan right there. Okay, SR20 GET swap. The SW20 MR2 would fit nicely. Yeah, except I got an AW11 MR2. Just, you know, that's a good idea though. Okay. What time do you wake up in the morning? When I have to and or feel motivated, which is never the same time. Hello from Rubber City. Hello. Is that how you guys say hello there? Mr. Putsch is adorable. You are a fortunate man. I'm sure you are aware. I mean, we all have things that make us fortunate or unfortunate. And right now we're all breathing allegedly and typing, and that's pretty good. Thank you. I appreciate you saying that. Swedish weebs, the worst kind. I have no idea how that relates, but that's hilarious. Okay, Casey, I have a 1986 Porsche 944. Any tips on fixing AC? It keeps refrigerant for a few months, and then it leaks out. I haven't done it quite yet. Plan on doing it this summer. You know what, man? Honestly, I don't even know. The air conditioning in my Viper does the same thing, and I kind of gave up on it. That's terrible advice. Obviously, you got to figure out where the leak's coming from. That's the first step. And there's different methods to do that, including like putting some sort of dye that maybe you can see under ultraviolet in it. And you just got to go from there. Could be something simple. Casey, where or how can we contribute cash to your cause? Genius Garage youngsters. I appreciate you asking that question because I don't like being one of those people on YouTube that are like, oh, look at my fancy sponsor. I want money and you guys have to watch my dumb commercial. And oh, I just want money all the time. Like, yeah, like it'd be really helpful. So if you do want to contribute to Genius Garage, I genuinely appreciate it. You can go to the website, www.geniusgarageracing.com, and there is a proper, real, actual link. What the heck was that? Proper, actual, it's like kooky ghosts in here. Proper, actual, real link where you can donate money from a credit card. It goes directly to Genius Garage. And know the money like every other idiot, fake B-crap, you know what I mean? Charities on the planet that just make it go to administration fees and advertising so they can go have Wagyu beef dinners, not do squat for people. Yeah, no, it's flipped the other way around at Genius Garage. It all goes to tools and the students and everybody building something to go somewhere. So yeah, if you could and want to, that would be awesome. Go to geniusgarageracing.com and help us out. It'll be cool. What else do we got? So are there any plans for the current engine in the Indy chassis? Yes. We're going to take it out and put it on a stand and look at it. I know that's really lame. So the plans for it, obviously we do have to take it out and pickle it and stuff, make sure it's okay. It lost oiling, so it's probably not pretty happy in there. There's no galloping sticks, and the block didn't ventilate, nothing horrible, but it is a really nice motor. It's a really super zoomy 410 cubic inch 11-degree head, small block Chevy derivative with EFI individual throttle body Kinsler fuel injection, which is making like 840 horsepower at the rear wheels, and it hasn't even been tuned properly yet, or was before it blew up. So we're going to take it out. It's a great engine and use it in some cool Genius Garage project in the future that needs way too much horsepower for its own good in a V8 derivative. So that could be like some cool mid-engine replica, maybe like an RCR type car. Maybe we'll build our own car. Maybe we'll build some kind of supercar. It'd be really neat. But keep in mind, you guys, that is not a very street drivable motor. You know, you can run it, I think, on 110 unleaded gasoline, which is not street gas. But it's potentially going to want to idle high and stuff. Like, you're not going to drive that on the street. Let's just be honest, you guys. It's nasty. It's nasty. Okay. Yeah. What about 100-year car? Oh, the Auburn back there? Yeah, I need to work on that. I seriously do. But as you can tell, I don't necessarily get a lot of help here and basically in the middle of a cornfield. So I'm doing the best I can. I will be getting back on that. It will be cool. I feel like I'm watching messages repeat themselves. It's possible. Okay, put the small block in the Greenwood. That's not a bad idea. That would be cool to put this in the Greenwood build. So, but you guys are going to have to stay tuned to see what is the fate of the Greenwood Corvette that I won't let old collectors have and can only go to young people for the betterment of the future. Oh, whoa. Does anybody do that? I think there was a guy on the West Coast who sold like a Duesenberg for millions of dollars. He's like, oh, this is going to go to education in the future. And then somebody told me he didn't do jack squat, even though he got media attention for it, and then later started a podcast. Let's start Casey's Slow Clap Awards. Wow. Millions of dollars. You got the publicity for education and then didn't do anything with it. I don't know if that's true. Somebody told me. All right. Do you have any interest in rally? That's all us Northern Michigan Subaru bros, bruh. During the winter, let's build a rally car next year with Genius or for Genius when I apply. That could be cool. I could be into that. I kind of like sand rails. We shall see, man. Let's see here. Casey, how did you get so rich? Okay, seriously, am I rich? Like, I would love to know, because I still haven't found that bank account or that magic pile of gold, because if I actually was rich, I could do a lot more than this. This is what poor Casey does, okay? This is what poor Casey does. Give me some resources and I'll change the damn world. I mean, are people even trying? I get so tired of rich people. What are you even doing? Nothing. Okay. TV, there is no age for working on cars. That's true. I'm 22 and I'm pretty interested in the Corvette. I have track experience and would love a project for my dad and I. Then write an email, man, and apply through Genius Garage at hotmail.com. Yeah, okay, I'm old. I use Hotmail still. I'm going to get made fun of by Gene Powell. I know you're out there. What do you think of two-stroke sport bikes? I'm not really into two-stroke, man, especially for the street. I used to race it with karts. Sure, the dirt bikes and stuff, but I'm actually not that big a fan of two-stroke. I think they're obnoxious. They're fun. They can be fun, but it's not my thing. More slide cars. I'm 32 and new to cars. Do I qualify as a young person? Potentially. All right. Let's see. What else we got here? Poor Casey. What are you poor Casey and me all about? But I like your little emoticon. You have a lot in assets that make you appear rich. We're a Genius Garage, okay? The race cars are Genius Garages. They're not mine. It's a nonprofit. You can lead a nonprofit. You don't own a nonprofit. The things that are mine in this room are like some tools and like half the pterosaur and that dirt bike back there and that ratty MR2 and that like half apart Porsche 928. That's it, okay? This exists to teach. And the Batmobile, yeah, that's a mystery. Isn't it a mystery? Okay, let's keep going. Do you find... No, I'm not answering. I'm not reading that, Brandon Basara. Hey, Casey, did you... Casey, did you get a hold of the $5,000 ZR1 I sent you? I tried, man, but it was gone. Let's see. Casey is the true legend. I don't know what I'm a legend of. Good morning, Casey. I really appreciate how you take it to the big man corporates. I got to read this. I like you spend your spare time trying to pass down knowledge to the younger generations. Thank you very much. Can you join Genius Garage after gymnasium, German high school? Oh, gymnasium. Or do you need to have university finished? It would be better if you're in university and on your way versus just getting out of high school. It works a little bit better relating the whole thing. I'd love the Vet, but I think I wouldn't ship that. You think you wouldn't ship it to Germany? Yeah, man. I kind of prefer it to stay in the United States. I think that's kind of where its soul is. So that's that. But I like Germany, and I'd like to visit there and drive around more, and it'd be cool to see a Corvette there. I've been trying to put the donate link in the chat. Keeps deleting it, LOL. I wonder if I can fix that. I don't know, people. We'll have to keep going. But you can go to geniusgarageracing.com and donate there. I'm about to buy 944. Any do's and don'ts before I buy it, and don't think of during a 944 video. Okay, you guys, if you're buying a 944, this is the most important part. You have to get one that is a good basis. You can buy one cheap that's a huge project and then end up upside down with tons of money and time fixing up some old ratty thing that's going to be a disaster. But you got to start with something that has good bones. Like if the synchros are crap, or the transmission's totally crap. So, ideally you'd like to find something that runs pretty well, doesn't make any ugly noises, it's got good oil pressure, it doesn't smoke, the head gasket isn't blown. The synchros in the transmission still work well, there's no horrific noises, and the clutch works generally decently. You can deal with a lot of little stuff, but that stuff adds up. And then if the body's, first of all, if you make a 944 rust, it got abused like crazy, okay? So you just got to think of these things. And are you a painter? Can you paint? Are you going to paint well? Just think about how much time and money you have to put into stuff, and is it going to be worth it, or should you find another example? Because there's still a lot out there that the snobs haven't inflated the prices yet. Okay, gentlemen, a short view back to the past. 30 years ago, Niki Lauda told us, take a monkey, place him into the cockpit, and he is able to drive the car. 30 years later, Sebastian told us, it cut off, dude. We want to know what Sebastian, probably Vettel, told us. Well, I'm off to class now. Nice to see you, Calculus Lab. See you guys. Actually, I'm going to have to go to a meeting in a while, but I can stick around for a while if you guys are having fun and throwing up questions. Help, Casey's YouTube channel. Click like now. Click. How the heck are you going to make headlights for the Lycan? Same way you make everything, dude. You think about it, you design it, and then you do it. Well, I think there's a number of different ways to do it. You can hand fabricate it. So if you're designing it, you draw it out. You can make buckets, do it out of sheet metal and such, and go from there. You can do some hand sculpting with different kind of plastics, polymers, two-part epoxies, etc. You can cut the headlights, have them done out of glass when you have a pattern, or you can do it out of polycarbonate. It's not really that hard. Or it would be fun to design it and 3D print the housings and the buckets out of plastic. That would potentially work really well. Although there's potentially heat with the headlights, you got to think of that. Or if we get really saucy and I can get a CNC machining thing going, hope that works. Maybe we'll make the headlight buckets out of billet, which could be really cool. But it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be a great engineering project and production project for the students who get to be involved with that. Can't find a left lane loser if you're in a right-hand drive country. Yeah, they're right-hand losers. By the way, I was driving home late last night, and somebody was I swear to God, somebody's driving in the right lane. It's late. There's nobody around. And they got a broken headlight too. And I passed them in the middle lane, came over to the right, I didn't cut them off. I'm like, we're following like this. Then the person decides to get over to the middle, and that's not how that works, idiot. And then a moment later, they just get over the left lane. What? What are you on, people? There are no exits. I still don't get people. It's all right. Help. Okay, well, we saw that one. Keep going, keep going. Oh my goodness, so many questions. Was the BD ever airworthy? Are you talking about ours or BD5s in general? That wasn't a dig. No, it never was airworthy. It is a kit that someone very nicely donated that was just partially complete. So we did this, or gave this as an opportunity for Hunter Melgren out from Washington State, and that was a great engineering project for him last summer, and it's a cool display. The reason we're not going to make it airworthy is because the amount of money you have to spend on the engine, the avionics, everything to make it go, all the time and effort, you might as well apply that money to go out and buy like a Czechoslovakian light fighter aircraft that's two-seat, you know, like an L-29, L-39. So, I mean, yeah, because we'll just go buy a fighter jet and hang it from the ceiling. Plus, it's cool to have a jet hanging from your ceiling, because when people are like, I just got a new Lambo, bro, I'm so cool, paddle shifting. I'm like, great, we got a jet hanging from the ceiling. Okay, you guys, do I count as a 944 driver if it's a Volvo? What does that even mean, dude? Oh, wait, Volvo 944? Is that a thing? Okay, somebody said, did I mention more select cars? Okay, any idea for the starting chassis for the Lycan, or is it going to be custom? Well, man, if you saw the video with the thumbnail that says, I will cut you. That was the 2007 Porsche Boxster S with the 3.4-liter naturally aspirated Porsche motor and the 6-speed manual gearbox. We're going to cut it up, chop, 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 and use its parts, and then custom make our own chassis for the Lycan build, which is going to be super cool because it's going to be Porsche-derived custom, which is no different than the actual Lycan is. Of course, it'll be different, but it'll still be sweet. Okay, moving on. Ooh, it's blowing up. Do you have all the students selected for the Lycan project? Not yet. It's a lot of work. Greetings. What do you think of the Ford EcoBoost engines? I own a 2017 Ford Focus ST. I think it's a cool engine. That's about it. I would totally put it in something and use it if it was appropriate for the vehicle. What upgrades are done to your Viper, brake suspension, etc.? Thanks, bud. Upgrades. I mean, upgrades. What's an upgrade? I'll just tell you what's different, and then you can decide. It's got the cold air intake, which is a carbon fiber box, and 2 cone filters on the intakes. So the NACA duct on the hood just straight gets cold air. Let's see. It's got straight pipes. There's no mufflers on that thing, but it's the factory manifolds and all. Still sounds good. So that's kind of neat. And I like it because it's going to last. You know, tubular headers can crack over time and whatnot. I mean, they sound cool, but I don't know. The car makes a lot of power, and it'll still get you in jail in all 50 states if you want to be an idiot. So I don't really need it to make that much more power. Does it have a short shift kit? I can't remember. Yeah, I think it does. Yeah. And I don't know if this is a good idea or a bad idea, but I took out the little nylon insert that goes on the little ball on the end of the shifter and put in a metal one, which is cool because it makes the shifter feel like a really nice bolt action rifle. But it also makes noise because the metal transmits the noise of the gears in there. But it's a Viper, so whatever. It's got coilover shocks that I did, in fact, corner weight and adjust the damping on nicely. So that's good. It's got cross-drilled and vented rotors. It's kind of a big deal. They were on there when I got it back. And I got Forged Star wheels? Yeah, I got Forged Star wheels because they were the cheapest, best alternative. And the original Michelin pilots are stupid expensive. And so I could get brand new forged wheels that look cool and Pirelli tires for hardly any more money than just getting the original tires. So I'm like, and then went that direction. And it's got that big silly wing or picnic table, whatever you want to call it. Let's see what else. Hey, Casey, I'm from Hungary and I'm 17 and I bought a 1985 RX-7 2 years ago, which was used as a donor. It's the biggest project I have ever undertaken. Your content is very motivating for me. Well, I'm glad, man. Make good decisions and keep being in the car world and having fun. It's good to have you out there. Thanks for watching. Let's see. What else we got? Oh, gosh, it's blown up. Hold on. Somebody says the BD5J, the jet hanging from the ceiling, originated from his home state of Kansas. That's cool. Do you think geography plays a part in young people's disadvantage when it comes to buying vintage cars? Do you think the Rust Belt stereotypes stare people away from some projects? Yes, I think geography has a lot to do when buying cool old cars. I'll give you an example. So here in the Midwest, we find Midwest kind of cars. You're gonna find yourself a lot of Camaros and Corvettes and Pontiac Fieras, things like that. But if you want to get fancy, then you got to take that search radius and click it over to New York. And you can find some pretty neat stuff there if you're looking like Facebook Marketplace and whatnot. So yeah, geography does play a huge role with regard to the Rust Belt. I don't really think that comes into play as much as it did back in the day when cars were manufactured like crap and rusted like crazy. Cars are doing a little better job of not rusting, with the exception of like 1980s Japanese cars, which is the reason why me, as a small town Ohio guy, when I was younger, I didn't know any better, was prejudiced against Japanese cars. Yes, I said it. I used to be prejudiced against Japanese cars. I'm sorry. I didn't know they were cool. I just saw them rusting to the ground. And so I finally got one. Okay. So let's all grow together. Okay. But yeah, geography plays a huge role. And I don't know, rust is a thing. Just do the best you can. Okay. Let's see here. Do you like Porsche 911s? I don't know if that's 911s in general or the 911S. Porsche 911s. I mean, I don't know if I want to start a war right now, man. I mean, they've made a zillion 911s. Most of them are hugely overpriced right now. They're cool. They've done a lot of things really well. They've been developed like crazy, so they've won a lot of races. But they also have the classes for the races to be in. And in vintage racing, you know, I can go buy his Corvette and stomp like every 911 on the planet, okay, for less money. So I like a 911 for nostalgia for like the 80s, but you know, the engine's in kind of a weird place. And I also think it's weird and lame that Porsche's like, we still need our 911 to be our flagship car, because that's what people want, and nobody changes. We can't make the Boxster or Cayman have a better engine. Because that makes sense. That's all I want to say. It's going to go in Casey Rand. Stop, Casey. What do you think of 90s muscle trucks? Muscle trucks, yes. I mean, they're cool, but they got to handle. And if they're tall, they're not really going to handle. And they're not going to be that good if you're on a farm, you're doing construction work. So it sort of just doesn't. I mean, they're cool, but they're like a novelty. I'd rather just have like a Viper, you know, like some sweet car. And then, you know, just like a truck where you can go do work. You know what I mean? It's kind of utility for both. I want to go fast, so I want a fast car. And I want to do work, so I want a truck. It doesn't cross that well, in my experience and opinion. Okay. Heck yeah. Thanks for answering. Fellow Gen 2 Viper, also sporting the wing. Big Wang gang, LOL. Okay. God, this is either a great thing doing live, or this is my biggest career limiting move. Casey Live. This is terrible. Okay. Really enjoy your approach to the car world. Some of us can relate to the racing family guys. The bare bones, blood, sweat, and tears approach you have is something I relate to, the way you break it down. Thanks, man. That's what I'm trying to do. Here's the beautiful thing about it, you guys. It's like most people in the world cannot afford to be honest. Think about that. Especially in the car and racing world. Nobody tells it how it actually is, because they all have sponsors and they're all stuck with political sanctioning bodies, and they have to play by the rules and listen to me. Oh, I don't want people to be angry. It's the unwritten rules of Fight Club. Well, screw that. I'm just going to tell it how it is. I don't care if you don't like me. We're making a future. If you don't like it, it's going to change. Bye. Okay, so I'm just going to keep telling the truth. How do you guys like that? Turn the metal shifter bushing on a lathe and make a matched nylon or polyurethane sleeve to dampen vibrations in the Viper. That's a good idea, man. I used to have one. I took it out. I didn't know. I could just buy another one. The stock one was that and stick it in. But it's in there, and I got things to do, and I don't know. It feels pretty good. Okay. Did someone already ask? And as a shout out to my Army Ranger buddy, when he got to shift the Viper, he I think he got a little aroused because it felt like a really good bolt action rifle. He drives a 911. Phil, man, the shifter in the Viper is so much better than your 911. Yes, you about lost it. I was starting to feel uncomfortable we were in the same car. Okay, Casey, your video about high-end mechanics was not able to afford the cars they work on really hit home. I have built high-dollar cars, but drive a Nissan Versa. How do you break out of this paradox? I'll tell you, man. Yes. Stop working for the man. You know, save up, get a car. Because here's the truth. You know, most of these people get rich. They buy and sell companies, okay? They do something, but they're flipping, okay? If you're just working with your hands, you're limited to what you can do with your hands. So you got to start thinking ahead and planning resources with your mind to make it. It's awesome that you work with your hands because you're creating something. You're creating a value to the world and other people. So don't just become one of those people that are just in it for the money and trading and flipping up, because that's lame. It goes the other direction. But you've got to be able to own something and put assets in it. So I'll give you an example. So if I wanted to build a customer car that I knew I could make money on, it doesn't matter what it is. Let's just say there's money when you sell it. So you build it, you put in the resources you need, the right amount to build a decent quality product. You get it done, you market it, you sell it. End of story. There's your money. There's your theoretical profit. It's done. Let's say you get a client that wants to do the same thing. Well, then they nickel and dime you and browbeat you and push you around. It never goes well, and it never works out as well. So if you want to make money and move up instead of just working for the man with your talent, you got to figure out a way how to use that talent in creating something of value for the future in that regard if you're going to sell it, such as a car. As a note, the reason I kind of stopped doing that sort of thing for myself, there's a hell of a lot more to life and the world and a nation and a community than just making money, because then you're just the same dead guy in the graveyard with more money. Congratulations, you did nothing. So I felt the biggest way that I, as a parallel, could contribute to the future and make something big was using that time and talent, resources and effort and everything to build Genius Garage, because it matters to the world, society, community, industry, etc., and launches careers and is a good thing. So that's what I did. But you need to get into that place rather than just working with your hands for somebody else, because they're just going to try to push you around. Casey doesn't comprehend a muscle truck. That's okay. Dude, I get it, but it just doesn't work for me. I just need a normal truck to do real work and get dirty and dent the truck bed. And I don't want a car that's really fast on roads. Tell me about the muscle truck. I want to know. Tell me why it's awesome. Okay, what else we got? The 300ZX Turbo and RX-7 Turbos were really cool to own back in the days. They're really cool to own right now, dude. I would agree. Want truth? I owned a 91 R32 GTR when I was living in Germany. They aren't all they're cracked up to be. Fair enough. Okay, in your opinion, what's the best Group N model to work with in desert rallying? Dude, I live in Ohio. There are a lot of cornfields around here. I'll be frank, desert rallying is not my wheelhouse. I don't know. My short answer is the one that costs the least and wins the most. Do you think that the rise in SUV culture will eventually lead to the death of sports coupes and sedans? Also, please text me back, dog. Dude, I'm not texting right now. I'm in the computer box on the interweb. I don't think SUVs are just a thing, man. I don't think it's going to lead to the death in it. Other things are going to lead to the death in it. Basically, people just giving away their personal liberties and rights and not being able to afford anything or forge their own path. That's more likely to lead to the death of cars, especially sports cars, and a lot of other things. Older cars are better since it's easier to fix and maintain them. I'd rather have an older car with some oddities than a brand new thingy with all the fancy computers in it. You know what, man? You're right. Because older cars, I'm not necessarily talking vintage stuff, but a little bit older that don't have a bunch of bullcrap on them just to sell you the car. Yeah, you can maintain them. You can keep them up. It's like our post-consumerism culture, which terrifies the automotive industry. I'll do a video on it if you guys want. The best thing you can do is find a worthwhile product that fits the bill for the future and can evolve, and you can work on it. I know this sounds, no, I'm not even going to go into that because we'll go on a tangent. But if you had a car that you could maintain for decades and decades and potentially try a new power plant when they get more efficient, or eventually convert it to electric, you have something that's going to be better for the environment, yourself, individuals, and people in general. If we just keep chucking through cars with the automotive industry all the time, we're not helping the future or ourselves. We're just funding the automotive industry in OPEC nations. Like, there's a way to do this for the future, people. It doesn't have to be some giant, stupid political football match that does nothing for anybody else. Okay, I'm going to stop there. Repaint your IndyCar to match the Kyosho Target Scotch Indy. Or how about I repaint the radio control car to match this IndyCar? Thanks, man. That would be fun. Actually, I got another body for it a long time ago to repaint the radio control car to match. It'd be fun. It's a good idea. You should be sponsored by Grey Poupon. No, I don't want to ride around in Rolls Royces and roll down my window like a campy 80s commercial. I refuse. My baby half-brother inherited his mom's 79 Cobra 2, and he's having kids in his little backwoods Alabama town over to help them learn about older cars. Okay, I got to read this again. What? My baby half-brother, okay, that makes sense, inherited his mom's 79 Cobra 2, and he's having kids in his little backwoods Alabama town over to help them learn about. Okay, I get it. Okay, I'm sorry, man. I didn't know what you meant by having kids. That's cool. I think that's great. It's a community thing, and it's paying it forward, and it's mentoring, and it's teaching hands-on, do-it-yourself, DIY, and those are great traits. And just giving caring about young people is good too. So that's really cool. Why didn't you buy the Focus RS? What Focus RS? I didn't know one was for sale that I was supposed to buy. Okay, we'll talk about that later. Somebody writes again. Where did they go? Oh, it's blowing up. Oh, geez. Oh, geez. Did you hear about that 240Z going for $315,000? Greetings from Argentina. Yeah, I heard about it. I think it's stupid. You spent $315,000 on a 240Z? Newsflash, you can buy those things for 30 grand or less, but I wanted the first one. It makes me feel important about my life and future. Well, really? Or maybe you've done everything in the world. You've cured cancer, you've changed the world, you've made industry a better place, you've solved world hunger, made it peaceful, and we've colonized Mars for the future and made it so no asteroids will destroy the United States, and you're still rich. And that's why you bought a 240Z for $315,000. I sure applaud you. Well done. I hope when I go outside, the world's a better place. I doubt it. I think it's really stupid. That was my honest opinion. $315,000 for a 240Z? Just, you like it green and paint it green. Get another one. Why? Because it's the first one. Who cares? I'm sorry. I just think it's really annoying. That was my rant. I'm probably going to get hate mail now. Whatever. Yes, older cars are better than new. God, I really need to calm down on that rant. Look what you did. This is why I went live. What are you going to do? It's true. Okay. Breathe, Casey. Breathe. I guess he's not reading questions he missed. I'm doing the best I can, Simon. What's your opinion on Dieselgate? That's bad. That is bad. That makes Volkswagen look bad. It's sad too. That's it. It's bad and it's sad. It's a shame. That's all I'm going to go into with the Volkswagen. Besides left lane hogs, how about drivers with no lights at night? It irritates me. Yeah, because that's illegal and dangerous. Where are you experiencing that so much? I know your favorite subject, ... Why has the Viper not exploded in value? It's a great bang for the buck car. I'll tell you why the Viper hasn't exploded in value, because it's a real man's car, and it'll bite you if you don't have any driving talent, and it scares the snobs that don't like the plastic interior. There you go. That's why. And also, and I'll be perfectly honest, this is true too, go look at all the cars that explode in value with the exception of the muscle car scene. The problem is with a lot of snobs that especially like, ew, fancy European cars. The Viper's a little too blue collar for them. Yeah, like that's a bad thing. But apparently to them, it doesn't make them feel good, so it doesn't explode in value. Whoa, Casey's totally honest today. And honestly, I like the Viper hasn't exploded in value because it means real car guys will actually still have it. The second Vipers explode in value, they all go in a stupid collection. You never see them again, except for mine, because I'm going to keep driving it. Okay. I was just thinking about that type of thing. My Miata has 200K on it, and I plan on driving it till the frame is irreparable. Well, dude, how about you just keep driving it and not screw up the frame and let it rot by doing preventative maintenance on that, and you just keep driving it, and that's cool too. No reason to let it rot in the ground. Okay. As an engineer, if I can find an inexpensive way to keep an expensive vehicle, I have found an answer to one of the most important issues in life. If I found an inexpensive way to keep an expensive video. Well, halfway gone with an H. What do you mean by expensive vehicle? Do you mean a Countach? Or do you mean like a new Bentley, an inexpensive way as an engineer? Sir, your question does not make sense to me, but please feel free to write more about it. Buick Park Avenue Ultra is the height of luxury, everyday appliance. Okay. I love my manual 08 Mazda 2. These aren't questions, you guys. These are statements, but that's okay. No lights at night, question mark. In Houston, definitely. Typically, it's cars that have auto headlights and they're turned off instead of on auto. Oh, I get it. Yeah, okay. Like there's still lighting and people drive with it. Yeah, that's a problem. And actually, guys, that's a really good topic to bring up because of all of these automatic features and things like this that are supposed to make your cars better that just break. Also make people worse drivers. So instead of spending extra money on a new car that has auto lights and stuff, how about you just turn your lights on, idiot? And then you'll always remember to do it. The problem is with these auto lights is they're all different. And then you might get in a different car that doesn't have it. And then they don't turn them on. It's kind of like, in all honesty, you know, I'll just say it. I'm not as good a driver when I'm driving automatic cars when I'm driving a stick shift car because I'm connected. I know what gear I'm in. It's easier to feel what speed I'm going. So the reason I don't get speeding tickets in Viper is it's manual. I know what's going on if I'm just driving legally and doing everything like that. You drive some automatic and you just go careening down the highway like Karen with not a care in the world. Okay. This is either the best video I ever did or the worst. Casey, come to Florida and enjoy the Wild West that is our highways. No, thank you, sir. Okay. I've heard about Florida. You mean God's waiting room? Okay. How about drivers not using turn signals? It's an epidemic. You guys are cracking me up. I love this. As a trucker, I hate cars dragging trailers with no lights. Yeah, that does suck. I get that. You guys, if you're pulling trailers, please do things to be courteous of your fellow people out there. I mean, trailers can be dangerous and they're a serious thing. Casey, I need your help! 3 exclamation points. Should my next weekend car be Viper GTS, C6Z06, or 997 C2S? My next weekend car. Well, what are you doing on your weekends, man? I would get the Viper GTS, naturally, followed by the C6Z06. Actually, a C6Z06 is an awesome car. I think I would probably buy the Grand Sport C6 before Z06. It's still really fast, fast enough. I think the gills look cooler than the Z06, and you can take the top off. So tell you what, you go get a Grand Sport Z06. There's your weekend car. The top comes off. Okay, Casey, can older students apply and participate in Genius Garage? I'm 21 years old, who's interested in mechanical engineering, hasn't gotten around to higher education yet due to mental health issues. Well, sir, you can apply, and I would say go for it with engineering. Get in there, make a difference, learn, and apply in the future when you're on your way with engineering. Okay, I'm from Southwest Virginia. Hope you're having a great day. Thank you, sir. I am having a good day. And a better one because you're so nice. What's up, Casey? Your opinion on Ryan Newman's crash? I didn't watch all of the Daytona 500 because I can't. I was doing business-related Genius Garage things. Like, I don't actually get to do entertainment things like this. So I have very little opinion other than it's motorsports. People crash. You can get hurt. It's a calculated risk. They all know it. Don't know what to tell you other than that. Hope he's okay, but that's motorsports. Moving on. A FedEx driver here. Wait a minute, this is gonna be good. Worst people are people who don't use signals and people who tailgate. What are your thoughts on tailgating? It happens, and we should not antagonize or perpetuate and make things worse. Sometimes people are having a bad day, and let's all do things to help make our highways safer and give somebody the benefit of the doubt, perhaps. I am bored now. Time to find something else to watch. You're bored? Okay, fair enough. Do you have any suggestions for people outside the U.S. about purchasing parts that are only available in the U.S.? Yeah, move to the United States. It's awesome. I don't really have anything else. Maybe you can go into manufacturing and make stuff. Okay. When we finish the Audi R8 drivetrain swap into the back of the '89 Civic hatchback, do you want to take it for a spin? Yes. Yes, I do. Who says this? Road Rage 810. Hook me up. Okay. All right, and I tell you what, guys, I'm going to go soon because I am going to have to go. So I'm going to wrap this up in 5 minutes. So give me your best shot. Have you driven the Triple Nickel? I have not. The 555. That could be fun. Favorite car movie? Grand Prix in Le Mans. And Rush is pretty darn good, too. Okay. How is someone supposed to have an opinion on a car crash during modern clean racing? What? Opinion on car crash? I don't know. Sorry, man. I don't understand your question. Some vendors can ship internationally. Some can't. They don't want to. Mercedes recommend blah, blah. I'm sorry. Well done, Casey, for everything you've achieved and how you've inspired others' achievements. Also, the stories on VinWiki. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you. And then you wrote Mr./Mrs. Push. I'm assuming you're talking to your wife and you're not thinking that I am, in fact, Okay. Let's see. Somebody writes puff, puff. Do you have gas, sir? Do you need to clear the room? Hi, Casey. Love your videos and look forward to the Porsche builds. More are coming. I'm waiting on the upholstery from the 928. Hope they do a good job. I'm a little worried about this. When are you starting your pilot's license? when I have more time and money, which is not happening anytime soon with Genius Garage. But I would very much like to do that, but it needs to be a tail dragger because, and I'm going to make people mad, I don't want to fly a stupid Cessna 152. I don't like them. They're boring. I don't care. I don't like them. I want to be wild and woolly and fly tail draggers. Even if it's a Piper Cub, I'd rather fly that. It's my taste. Let me be. I got Cessna people rip you up. Have you driven a 944 Turbo? And if so, what are your opinions? I think they're like a 944, but more turbo-y. No, they're really nice. They're really nice cars. Okay, you guys, I'm going to finish this up quick. I want a really good question. All right. Oh, here we go. I own a Viper and don't drive it many places because I'm scared of the savages in parking lots. Do you park your Viper in many parking lots? Where do you drive your Viper? Any tips on parking the Viper? Yes. I park them in parking lots in a space properly like a normal human being that realizes they're no different or better than anybody else. And generally, people are cool. And that's my advice. Okay. But I understand how you can really like your car and be worried about it. But if you're living in the land of savages, perhaps you should move. I don't know what that means, but I've never had any problem with my Viper. Knock on wood. I just drive it like a normal car, like I'm a normal person. Casey, you inspired me to argue with boomers about classic car values and how they ruin them. I got banned. No regrets. Well, okay, man, but I'm wondering why you got banned. Let's be cool and diplomatic. Advice on finding a specific VIN car. I want to track down my grandfather's 1983 911, even if I can't afford it. Okay, I have lots of advice based upon what you said. You can't afford it, and there's lots of other fish in the sea. Go find another car where you won't get raked over the coals because it's the one you're nostalgically attached to. Make it the same color. He'll be just as happy, or you'll be just as happy, but don't do that. I actually once tracked down my dad's 1967 Marina Blue 327 Corvette Roadster with the 4-speed, no side pipes, and I think knockoff wheels. But the jackwagon that had it wanted to charge us an absurd amount of money, and I'm like, dude, I do not have a mental illness. I can just go out and buy another Marina Blue Corvette, and we'll drive that and have just as much fun. But thanks for showing me the car. I would have paid you a little bit more just because I'm being an idiot now. But he missed out. So my advice is just go get another really nice 911 and use that money for the future instead of, trying to chase the past. Let's make the future great. What do you think of rule changes for Formula One 2020? I don't pay attention because I think it's contrived. Park with the driver's side on the curb so the door dings stay on the passenger side. How about you just don't park next to people you think will ding your door? Or drive a Corvette or a Viper where they don't get car door dings. Yes. Would you recommend a 944 for a beginner car guy? A beginner car guy? Yes. A beginner fanboy that knows nothing about cars, that doesn't want to work or have any tools or pay attention or take care of things or isn't paying attention well? No. So just think about it. You got to pay attention. You got to be sympathetic and don't abuse your car. Love the GPZ 900 build. That is the Top Gun Kawasaki. Do you know of any historic issues with the GPZ 900 in general? I'm doing a build myself and want to buy one without issues. I guess the motors, when they start getting like 30, 40,000 miles, they can be tired if they've been ragged out, kind of like my face right now. But I think a great thing, if the thing's been maintained well and is running well and not making any horrific noises, is to put the manual cam chain tensioner in it and adjust it properly, because the cam chain tensioners kind of go bad or lose their travel. And it's really easy. It's 2 bolts on the side of the block. You don't have to take any fairings off and you just do it. So that's my best advice on that one. All right, you guys, I'm going to wrap this up. Somebody writes, what happened to the Ducati? It got stuck in limbo in my house in the den. And I got to wire it and do carb work, but I'm doing these other builds right now. And sadly, bikes don't do that well on my channel. And I hate to be that guy, but I'm trying to build it so I can help Genius Garage. So I'm going to bring the Ducati back and finish it. And it's going to be a lot of fun. Don't you guys worry. Opinion on BMW airheads. My opinion is that airheads are everywhere in society and that we shouldn't pinpoint just one car, even though it's fun. All right. Okay, you guys, give me a final question. Here's the last question. How's your polo game? What's your handicap? Well, my polo game is crap since I started Genius Garage because I stopped playing because I didn't want to get hurt in case I wouldn't be around to help the students in the organization. Plus, I didn't have any more money or time. But I think horses are wonderful. And if you're nice to them and care for them, I think being an equestrian is a great thing as well, because you get to be friends with a giant doggy. Go for rides too. But I had a lot of fun with polo, but I wasn't anything special. I was probably like a 1-goaler or 2-goaler at best. Because it's Ohio. Do you really think I'm going to be that good? So anyway, but I love polo and would love to play more. Okay, you guys, that was my live video for today. I probably destroyed my career and will never have a sponsor again, and no one will talk to me, and hopefully my hamster still likes me and my wife still talks to me. And that you guys are entertained. If you like this and it does well, we shall do more, because who doesn't want unfiltered Casey with no script? Most people. All right. I'm glad you guys are watching. Thank you for being part of this. Naturally, I hope you will like, comment, and of course, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.